Hey, it's Isabelle from the Assisted Living Network. And listen, I spend 5 hours a week on my 3 care homes that cash flow me more than $10K a month each, take home net. That's my choice and how I built my businesses to run. Well, if I'm being upfront, it's how my father built the businesses to run. And when he passed away and they got passed down to me, I could maintain the same financial and time freedom. If you're wondering what's involved in my day-to-day, this episode is here to answer all of those questions for you. A day in the life of an RAL owner and operator who's a bit more passive. Here we go. In the United States right now, there are 76 million baby boomers. The number one dilemma for these baby boomers? Housing. That dilemma can be your opportunity. Welcome to the Assisted Living Network podcast, where you can discover how just one residential assisted living home could secure your financial future forever. Every week, I have 1 hour to 2 hour official meeting with my licensed administrator. On the meeting, she goes through and follows a meeting format that we've set in place, and she talks about any changes that have happened in the home, meaning a death, a move out, an injury, an accident, anything that's happened. And then she goes into her marketing plan, how many tours she's given that week, how many open beds we have, really laying it all out, what relationship upkeep has been happening or not happening. And then if there's any move-ins, we talk about that too. If there's any personnel changes, someone quit, she wants to fire someone, whatever, we talk about it all. If she needs any approval for things like pay raises, gifts, or, someone is moving in or out and we just need to go through questions on that, all of it. We review P&Ls, we look at payroll, overtime, budgets. We want to see that everything is in alignment. If there are open beds, we talk about our goals for filling them, price points, timelines, and we make a plan on who she's going to strategically meet with that week to fill those spots. If a holiday is approaching, we go over decor, we plan for gifts, celebrations, really whatever's needed. If a special event is happening, maybe someone's 1 year in the home or 1 year anniversary working with us, 5 year, 10 year as an employee, maybe it's someone's birthday or just something special, we cover that and we make our plan for it.
Hey, it's Isabelle from the Assisted Living Network. And if you're still curious about how to get started and what are the first steps to take to open your first residential assisted living home, then I'm going to encourage you to click the show notes and grab a ticket to our boot camp training. Not only is it easy to digest, but it also will give you the basics you need to determine if this is the right fit for you. Doing good and doing well is what we're all about, and I want to invite you to join us on that journey by diving into our boot camp training. So click the link and enjoy the learning. Now, back to the show.
If there's been any ongoing issues that she needs help solving, we'll also dive into that. If we suspect that the state may be coming over for a visit, or if they did come by unannounced, which is very common, we go over that, and what happened and how we can improve and all this stuff. So basically we follow this format. Okay, number 1, changes in residents or staff. Number 2, marketing. We go over tours, KPIs, what are we doing to fill those beds or just maintain relationships. 3, personnel. Are we doing any, retention training, hiring, firing, whatever's going on. 4, P&Ls and budgets. What's happening, high, low, where are we at? 5, goals for the following week. And 6, celebrations or state visits. Those are our one-time weekly meetings, same time, same place. For me, it's Zoom. Unless, of course, I'm traveling and unavailable to be on Zoom. We may take it on a phone call, but 95% of the time it's on Zoom so I can see her face. She can see mine. She shares her screen, fills out the sheet before we meet, and runs down the report with me. The main thing I'm bringing to the meeting is the P&L reports. I like to keep my eye on the numbers, and throughout the week, her and I, we may text on minor things. She may call me here or there, but because of the time spent building our relationship, we have a lot of trust. So she knows what I trust her to do and what she needs to tell me at this point. Many times our chats are regarding special moments with residents or her telling me of staff who's been amazing or who she wants to send some extra love to, really just something of that manner. Next, we have a sheet we go through 2 times a year that have 3 columns. Okay, the first column is don't do anything, ask me first. The next column says do it and tell me after. And the third column says, do it and don't tell me at all. When we first started working together, almost everything was in the first column because we hadn't got our systems in place. We hadn't got our trust in place yet. She didn't know the way I operated or think as a boss. I was often visiting the home. I was hands-on with everything. For example, when a new resident would tour, I wanted to be there. I wanted to pass the paperwork and make sure that the follow-up happened and add their new favorite meal into the menu and help prep the welcome party, make sure their first 7 days had a family touch point, 30 days, 45 days, and 69. You get it. I was super hands-on. And now we put systems in place. So when a new resident comes in to move in, my administrator does the tour. She hands them the paperwork. She does the follow-up with the family. She adds their favorite meal to the menu for that week. She preps the welcome party and does the family touch points on day 7, 30, 45, 60, 90. I'm completely out of it. So that task got moved from, the first column to the last column. Do it and don't tell me because I trust it's happening well. How do I know it's happening well? Well, at first I did it. Then she did it and I observed and I gave feedback and it eventually moved to the middle column. And eventually, I let her do it and I didn't observe. And instead I called the family and I asked for feedback. And when they reported back to me exactly what was supposed to happen as, something that it did happen, boom, I knew it was ready to go to the final column. I also have monetary value for each of those columns. The don't do anything ask me first started as $500. Now it has jumped to $5,000. Huge jump. Trust, trust, trust. The more you build the systems, the more you spend time training well, the more ownership you give, the more you can trust that they will do right by you and you can feel confident about becoming more hands-off, which is an amazing feeling. I visit my care home maybe 4 times a year, maybe. It's usually when I have an appointment out that way or for a holiday party, but not often. Many of the families don't know who I am, and that's okay. I don't need to be known. That's not my role. The other 2 hours a week is spent on running P&Ls, making sure everything in QuickBooks is okay, making sure the bank accounts look correct, putting things aside for taxes, all that different kind of business back-end prep. And about 1 hour a week is spent in person or digital marketing, maybe doing social media posts, website updates, conversations, or coffee runs for people in the industry who are a beneficial relationship to us. So my day in the life as an owner is mostly focused on 1 weekly meeting, keeping an eye on my numbers, and marketing to fill beds. I could do more if I chose to, but I'd personally rather take less income and pay more to my administrator and her assistant to get everything else covered so I can do what my heart loves to do, and that's to stay in my core genius, which is sharing the message of doing good and doing well with investors and entrepreneurs across the country on how to open their own hands-off RAL. I've said this once, and I'll probably say it till I'm blue in the face, but just because I'm working 5 hours a week doesn't mean that it was that way in the beginning, but it can be that way for anyone when you take the time up front to do what needs to be done. It's all worth it in the end. Hiring the right people and putting them in the right seats, paying them well, and giving them leverage, ownership, and respect, as well as responsibility, is what the right manager wants anyways. Systems are your key to success, and the more time you spend on them, the better that they'll be. At the end of the day, it does fall on you as the owner. So if you're lazy and you're not willing to put in the work, the business will suffer. You have to be ready to grind so you can soar. If you want to learn step by step that hands-off method of how to build and implement those systems, grab a ticket to our 3-day fast track training. There's nothing else like it in this world. No one trains on residential assisted living the way we do. Make sure to share this episode with a friend and follow us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Thanks for listening to the Assisted Living Network.